Welcome to We Just Be Talking podcast. You know what it is. It's your boy Key.
And your boy Josh.
J Myers, what's up?
And we are back at it with season 2.
Yes, sir. Season 2. Turn up. Bro, you gonna turn up or nah?
It's low energy.
I'm trying to tell you, every week. Season 2, don't matter if season 50, maybe season 50 you'll finally be turned up when we get to season 50.
Maybe when I got a nanny to deal with these kids.
I feel you.
For sure. So season 2, episode 1.
Yes, sir.
Key, you gonna intro us or what?
Yeah, man. Y'all want to go right into it?
Actually, no, I don't want to go right into it.
What's up? What's on your mind?
I just want to thank all of the listeners that we have, everybody that supported us monetarily by giving us criticism, advice, things that they like, things that they dislike. We just want to say thank you for everybody that's downloading and putting us into your rotation to be able to listen to us throughout the week. We just want to give a huge thank you to you guys.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
For sure.
Hey, all right, let's get into it. Manhood. Off the rip.
What about it?
How do you define manhood? In your own opinion, your own perspective, how do you define manhood? John?
First of all, y'all know I don't like going first.
Here you go.
Of course,
It's a new season, bro.
All right. But all right, let's keep it very, very simple.
All right.
It's knowing when to be a general and knowing when to be a soldier and not operating within ego, whether you're a general or a soldier. That's pretty much it.
Okay.
JB? So I feel like manhood changes or it evolves or men evolve. So I feel like the definition should also like evolve. I don't believe there's a specific like definition for it, or I don't feel like one definition fits every man. I feel like it's all, you know what I'm saying? It's all different. And I do feel like there's foundational stuff.
Agreed.
About manhood or masculinity. And I just feel like those things are honor, respect, provision,
Absolutely.
accountability.
Yeah.
Those type of characteristics I think are foundational for man and manhood.
So you're saying like every man should have like those characteristics?
Absolutely. I mean, that's my opinion, but absolutely.
Got you. I rock with some of that.
What about you?
My opinion, I definitely think all men should have certain qualities, such as leadership. I think there's a leadership trait within every male. Like every male is designed to lead. Now, what that leadership looks like is different depending on, who you are, where you are, what you got going on in your own life. But I feel like every man is designed to lead. Another thing, in my opinion, that's a part of manhood is your family. Like, whether that's, brothers and sisters, I feel like every man have certain part of your family that you lead. Something that's not, I feel like, define manhood is age. I don't feel like you could be 20 and I feel like it's a certain part of you that's still not a man, depending on your life. And I feel like other people shouldn't dictate if you're a man or not. Like your family, your best friends, your wife doesn't even dictate if you're a man or not. Now, she might dictate if you're a husband, but I don't think that she dictates if you're a man or if you have, or you're in this manhood or not. Just my opinion.
That's very interesting.
That's my
Very interesting take. So I guess we'll go to the next question. This is a question that I had. Do y'all feel that outside forces dictate what a real man is? Yes or no? And then why do y'all feel the way that y'all feel?
Hell no.
Okay. Why do you say that?
Because they're outside forces.
Okay.
Care to elaborate?
Yes, I don't think anything outside of yourself can dictate who you are inside. Point blank, period. So that's why I say hell no. And I don't think you should live by someone who doesn't know you, someone who doesn't spend time with you, hasn't put in the effort or anything like that. I don't think anything outside of yourself and your own personal opinion should define who you are.
Okay.
You said, nah, don't look at me. You said, while he was talking.
Yeah. But I'm gonna let you.
Strong,
But I'm gonna let you say your piece first. And then,
You're right. It's your question.
Because this is where we. This is where we go.
Yeah,
This is where we go left.
What you got to say?
I'm gonna let you get it out.
You're right.
You know what I'm
You're
saying?
right.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say yes and no. On two different reasons. Yes, in a way that society has shaped what man looks like, what defines a man. Time is continuous, so that means we're continuing to evolve. What a man looked like back in the day isn't necessarily what a man looks like right now. What a man could provide back in the day isn't necessarily what a man could provide right now. Like, we're always evolving. So yes to that aspect, but I'm gonna have to agree with Jay on the point that I think it's yourself who dictates, are you a man, or have you evolved into this manhood? And I think being realistic with yourself, if you still, in these childish ways, of course you haven't hit that manhood yet to yourself. But again, times is changing, so a yes and a no.
He always do this, bro.
Yeah, he always play the fence.
Yes and no, yes and no.
He always play the fence.
Yes and no.
And then he leave us here to argue.
I ain't doing no arguing.
Go ahead, man. Say what you got to say.
Say your
I
piece.
ain't doing no arguing.
Say what you got to say.
No
Watch
arguing.
this.
All right, so I said yes to this question, and I said yes. I feel society are the ones who dictate the characteristics of a real man. And then I do agree with you, Jay, that once those characteristics are placed for a man or in place for a man, then you as the individual decide, hey, I agree with these things, that these are things that dictate what a real man is. I think you, not depend, but I think that you look to other men and other women. I know people say they don't want to you don't look to anybody to validate, but I feel like that's my opinion. I feel like that's false. We do look to people to validate us and what we believe about ourselves. Because you can believe that you are this, but if so many people are telling you you are the opposite, it does have a negative effect on you. And so I just feel like society does dictate characteristics. Like, let's just say like they make a list of characteristics of what a real man is, and then you as the individual decide upon that. But I don't think anybody just wakes up one morning and like, hey, this is what a real man is to me.
Give me an example. You said society makes this list. Give me an example of something that's on that list.
So they say that men are providers, they're protectors, they're honorable, they're respectful. Those are kind of some definitions or some words that characterize a real man in society. And so that's why I'm saying I feel like they put those things out there, and yes, you can agree or you can disagree or subscribe to some of those and not subscribe to some of those. And that's why I said society dictates. And maybe dictate is the wrong word. Maybe dictate is not the correct word to use.
They should suggest.
They suggest.
They suggest.
Suggest those things on the list?
Because it's not law. It's nothing written in stone. And like you said, the
Correct.
men,
So dictate is the wrong word.
from 1940 are different than the men of 2023. So let's just say it suggests. They suggest.
I'm going to say dictate
But every 20 years or so, it may change.
I do think dictate could be the word.
Dictate is the word.
All laws.
No.
Some things are laws that man can and cannot do.
Like what?
Like what?
I don't want to say it, but
Yeah, pick your mic up. We just make sure that your mic placement
murder.
is good.
like kill.
Next.
But that's okay. You can say that, but that's not specifically for men. Like, it's off the board for anybody, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what else?
I mean, that was his list. I was just giving him my.
And
Okay, so I said
just
provision.
giving-
I said
giving an
protection.
example.
Do y'all disagree with any of those that I listed?
I mean,
Why? Or which ones do you disagree with?
No, I just disagree that I don't think society as a whole should, let me use the word should,
Okay.
dictate what a man looks like. Again, we are in this canceled culture that man can't do certain things or it be frowned upon as like he's feminine or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't think that we should be looking at, those aspects of what society says to dictate, oh, I'm a female or I'm feminine or
Right.
I'm flamboyant or whatever the case may be.
Well, I'm not saying like they force you, but you can't, as a man, choose a negative characteristic and say this is what makes me a man, if that makes sense.
True.
And so that's why I say, like, they dictate the characteristics, but they don't dictate the man.
True.
Okay.
But it's all depends. It really all depends. The big question is, what everyone talks about is providing.
For sure. That's a big part of it.
Women look for men most of the time, majority of the time, and what you hear in the public is, can he afford my lifestyle? And that would typically determine if that's the type of man that she would listen or submit to, right? So a lot of times, before we get there, but talking about as far as the metrosexual type man, like that's something that we talked about before. You enjoy fashion.
Yeah, that's me all the way.
Shopping all the way. But who's to say you're not a real man because you enjoy shopping, right? Let's just say you go get manis and petties every Tuesday. Are you still a real man?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, one of the things that people say determine whether you're a man or not is, can you protect?
Right.
We all carry.
We do.
All right then. So that so that answers that question, And so, like I always said, like, you can't really just like, I understand what society is saying, but at the end of the day, when you wake up and look in the mirror, you got to be comfortable with who you are. And if you allow society to dictate what type of man you're going to be, you're going to live a stressful life, because society is flip-floppy. They will turn on you in a second.
For sure.
People will turn on you in a second. So as long as the people that you really care about, and we're all married, so as long as your wife is okay with the man that you are, as long as you're okay with the man that you are, as long as the kids or children that you have are okay with the father that you are, then that's all that should matter. What do you got to say? Because you humming over there like you got to say something. So what is it?
I just thought of a song in my head. So.
Nah, say what you got to say.
So, see, I struggle with that part because,
What part?
like, you're saying, which I agree with, like, they shouldn't dictate like who you are as a man, but it does have an effect on us. Like, whether we know it or we don't know it, especially us being black men. Like, the stereotypes and those type of things.
Yeah.
Like, it has an effect on us, and it's more of a fight to, I don't want to say prove, but I guess prove that we aren't these stereotypical black men.
And see, but I'm necessarily I'm not trying to prove anything to anyone else. Like,
Come on, bro. There has to be
consciously.
stuff.
Consciously.
Maybe consciously you're not, but subconsciously, I feel like.
Give me an example. Nah, not at all. Not at all.
I feel like you I want to say just got this way, but I feel like you've just, like, more so you become more so free. I feel like when you started growing your hair, to be honest with you, like, to keep it 100 with you.
But I've always grown my hair and then cut my hair. So that's.
I'm talking about locks though. Like, I know you used to have a fro, the curly fro, like all the kids.
I've always grown my hair and cut my hair.
I've known you. How long have I known this man?
A long time, bro.
We're not gonna get caught,
10 years. Let's say 10 years.
bro. I've always been that way.
Bro, when I met you, you had the mini fro. You've gone to a low fade. But what I'm saying is the free form, this is something new within the last, I want to say the last 10 years. So I've known you longer than 10 years.
Yeah.
So I want to say, but I feel like you are more comfortable now in
My skin?
well, yeah, we could say that.
Absolutely.
So that's basically what I'm saying. Like, now you're like, hey, I could care less.
But shouldn't Shouldn't everybody just care less of what outside forces think?
Absolutely, and that's why I was over here humming because you said something about like, as long as your kids, you know, think that you're a good man,
A
or
good
as long as
father.
your wife think that you're
A good husband? Yeah.
but you didn't say husband or father. You said good man, and so that's
Okay.
where I disagree at because I think JB brought this point up. If I love doing art, but my wife don't like me doing art, but my kids don't like my art, I'm okay with that because I love doing art, right? I really don't like doing art.
But
I'm
does
just doing
it? But does it
naturally.
have an effect on you if your wife? Because y'all don't have kids. If your wife like is dogging your art, like would that affect you negatively? Make you stop art, or make you not put your all into art, or where art doesn't make you as happy as it once did?
I mean, I'm gonna say yes. It will have some type of effect. Now, it shouldn't get to me to the point to where I stop doing what I love, especially if it's not like negatively affecting anybody.
Right.
Like I'm not out here like beating up people or doing anything illegal. But
Accusations.
False.
back in the day. But if I'm not doing none of that, then I mean, I don't think that I'm not gonna say it shouldn't matter, but she should support me because I'm happy, or she should support me because that's what I love doing. Right now, if you have some criticism about like some constructive criticism about my art, then I
Right.
can take that. You know what I mean? But not you saying like, oh,
You can't paint.
right,
Your painting look
yeah,
like
you
boo
know what
boo.
I mean? That's tough.
Okay. So the reason I asked that is because I was saying that outside forces kind of dictate, and again, maybe dictate is not the right word, but that's the word
Nah,
that's coming.
that's a good word.
That's coming to mind.
So-
like it affects you. It affects you
No, man.
in a way, and for so long.
You saying no?
No.
Cap.
Why are you saying no though,
Who is these niggas that we talking about?
bro? Society is a collective of all of us.
That's fine, but society don't pay my bills.
They do.
No, man.
A man that is a part of society pays your bill.
For sure.
The company I work for does.
Which is
Like,
part of society.
that's
okay.
That's absolutely fine.
Society
No. We're not gonna do it.
95% of the people.
That's cool. That's cool.
Wait, I thought society is 100%. Like it's a collective.
Nah,
it's the
I'm not
majority.
talking about lawmaking. I'm talking about society. Like the
It's
world.
the majority.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Man.
Okay.
Continue. I'm gonna look.
But what I'm just saying is like we care too much. We really do care too much of what outside sources think.
You care. You just don't want to say you care.
I don't.
Ooh, get him.
And I know it's hard. I know it's hard for a lot of people to believe like, nah, you care for real. But no, I really don't. Like I really don't.
All right, quick. I'm gonna interject. So society, the aggregate of people living together in a more or less ordered community. So that's everybody. That's not 95%, bro. But
You
I
said-
guess if you want to say, if the Southwest is a society in itself,
For sure.
or the North Side is a society.
You know how you can shut off society? 95% of it? Putting your phone down, turning it off, living life. Stop worrying about what somebody else is doing, what everyone else may think. I understand that. I definitely understand that. Take off the apps then. Just use it for call and text.
But I'm saying we're in society, so like you a homebody, so you was happy when we had COVID. But what I'm saying is like we go out in the real world, and so you are, whether you're on your phone or you're in the real world, you are coming up against these things and people that have a stereotype or whatever against men, against black men, and so.
The majority of stereotypes are never really met with confrontation. So it's hard for me to know.
Explain that.
So, like, let's just say you mentioned stereotypes. I won't know you have a stereotype against people with dreads or black men or anything like that unless you come and tell me.
So that's what I'm saying. You don't think some people.
I don't care because no one's coming up and telling me nothing.
So if they did,
You wouldn't know.
How you know that?
Wait.
Because society is weak. I'm telling y'all they weak.
nah.
Society is weak, bro.
Nah, I'm strongly disagreeing.
Society is weak.
Nah, they really kind of powerful, bro. We're in this-
Together they are, but individuals in society are weak. So they'll never
just
approach
read the
somebody.
definition.
We just read the definition, but there has to be members. And I'm telling you, the members by themselves
You're talking about
are
individual
weak.
people.
Individual people are weak. So regardless of how they may feel or what stereotypes may have, they're never going to approach you.
I won't say never.
Nah, man.
Yeah, I wouldn't say never either, but I agree with what you're saying. Like, most people aren't going to come with their prejudices. There are some people that are like that.
I
they're
have
very
a universal don't approach face attitude on me that people just don't. Like, you just don't. You never know. You're not going to know what you're going to get. Approach with caution. But none of that plays on my manhood. None of it does. No, it doesn't.
All day, it seems like.
I mean,
I feel like it does.
Why?
Now, the amount that it affects you, I feel like it's different per man.
Yeah.
But I feel like it has to affect you. Like,
so if I make you feel better and say 5% of it affects me, then is that okay?
Bro.
Is that realistic?
No, I'm gonna say
I mean,
no.
I can't know 100% if you just telling me that off of like because you want to answer. But if you say it's 5%, cool, it's 5%. I just want to say that they outside forces do dictate, and we have to mature to a point where we're not allowing them to dictate.
It doesn't.
I'm gonna tell
I don't
you,
let it allow it dictate.
I'm gonna tell you why it does. If it was just you in this world,
What's up?
then I would agree. But you have a wife, you have 2 kids.
That's different to me.
How's that different?
Well, because the wife and me, we're one.
Okay.
We agree.
So that
We on
means
the
if
same
it affects
accord.
her, it affects you.
No,
You just said you were one.
we're talking about the definition of my manhood. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect her. We're talking about strictly the definition of my manhood only. That's it.
So, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Because I know in previous episodes you said that your wife, I don't want to misquote, but I feel like you said your wife lets me know if I'm a good man or not. And me and Key was both like, we don't know. We were like, she can dictate whether you're a good husband because that's the role that you are for her.
All right.
You're not just
I remember
a man
what it was.
to her.
So why should I care how someone sees me or views me as a man? Why should I care? Can someone tell me why I should care? Why should I care how?
There is a level of care.
Yes.
And I think the level of care.
Now you just trying to find an angle.
No. I'm not just trying to find an
Get one
angle.
off.
But that's what we were saying. That is
But
what
I've been
we're
saying. But I've been saying that though.
Why should I care how anyone thinks or view me as a man?
Okay,
Because you have
because
kids.
when you walk into the bank,
Yes.
you dress a certain way. Why? Because you know that somebody opposite of you is going to dictate whether you get this business loan or not.
I went into the bank the other day with a hoodie on and my gym and my
He
basketball.
ain't been to the bank in like 2 weeks.
All right.
All right, and what happened?
But that still doesn't dictate if I'm a man or not. It doesn't. Now,
It dictates how you carry yourself as a man.
I mean, yes, but that's just a small, in certain situations. The majority of the time, like, if it's 100% is the pie, right? 5%, less than 5% or 3% is the time I'm going to go into I'm going to go into a bank and have to get a business loan. 9 times out of 10, that's less than 1% of my life. I'm have to go in there and get a business loan. Am I right or am I wrong?
Okay, I got you. Yeah.
All right then. So in the grand scheme of things, that's minuscule. It's small.
Okay, well, let's go to-
Doesn't really matter.
Let's go to a job then.
A job, you only got to interview once.
Depending on the job.
You only got to interview 9 times out of 10. Most people who retire from jobs after 20-something years, they only have to interview once, right? So that
You got
first initial
kids,
impression is only one time. You got next.
But
you
you
got
don't just
kids.
go suited and booted for the interview and then I'm in shorts and I'm in the gym shorts
Yeah,
and a
bro.
tank top after that.
Depending on the job, you right. I'm saying you right.
Now,
But that's
how you
different.
dress don't dictate.
But that's different
Your
though,
manhood.
because I am in their environment. I'm in their establishment.
So
if there's a
society-
dress code,
so society-
that's not my manhood, bro. We can't put them together. That's not my manhood. That has nothing to do with my manhood.
You just said earlier that society doesn't pay your bills.
That is true.
But it does. Society does pay your
You
bills.
took it out of context. I meant as far as the people and people's opinion.
Okay, you want to talk about people's opinion?
I'm talking about people's opinion.
But the society has dictated what certain jobs can start at and what certain jobs can cap at.
That's true. I don't disagree with that. But I'm gonna say this: if you're an entrepreneur,
Yeah,
That's different.
That's
If-
different. Yeah, I agree with you on there.
all right then. But it's still a job, right? It's still a business,
I mean,
right?
yes,
Right?
yeah.
Absolutely.
If you're an entrepreneur, you set your own price, right?
Correct.
correct,
All right then.
it's part of
So
that 5%.
Bro,
you're
you
either
and
a
this
soldier or a general.
5%. He must have just learned about this 5%.
Keep
Nah,
saying
he
that,
kept
man.
using it, so I'm gonna use it against him.
He keeps saying that, but like it's either you're a soldier or you're a general. I said in the beginning, definition of a man is knowing how to operate as a soldier or a general without ego.
But what if you're not neither one of them? What if you're not a soldier or a general?
Then you a bum.
What if I'm the lawmaker?
You're not the lawmaker. It's not one person making laws.
But
We
this
gotta-
is just an
we-
example.
We
This
gotta
is,
reel it back in.
It's true.
We gotta reel it back
no,
in.
because we talking about being a man. And
But-
so in your definition, you have locked in men to soldier or general.
Right. Yeah.
What if I want to be a chef?
you either a head chef or you're a
Right.
part of a team. That's
But
cooking.
he's saying what he's saying is that what if he's the lawmaker, meaning that all ideas stem from at least one person's mind. Does that make sense?
That's not how society works, though.
Yes, it
right?
does.
It's a collective of group of
But
people.
it came from one person. An idea
Who's
has
that
to
one-
come from whoever that is.
Whoever.
Who's that one person?
Whoever that is. But it
Whoever.
stemmed from one person, which means somebody dictated.
And you know
something.
what?
Come on.
Now, whether we
I'ma
all
get 'em.
whether we all collab,
Go ahead.
and came up and made it better and made it to a law to where
Right.
it fits society, it all stemmed from one.
And then a
person.
collective of people agree with that one person or
Absolutely.
disagree with that one
But
person.
you know what that one person got to do?
What?
Since we talking about laws, there's these things called lobbyists, right? No,
Man, you're
I'm
not
gonna learn
finna-
you.
nah, I don't wanna
oh,
lie.
so now we get real. What do lobbyists do? What do lobbyists do?
Really bad.
Nah, what do lobbyists do? Now I'm getting into what's that show with Kerry Washington? Scandal? Yeah, that's why I learned
Accusations.
that from. That's where I learned that from. Lobbyists got to go around and pitch their ideas to certain different people to get people on board to vote for things of that nature. That's how society works. One idiot says something is the way of life, and then you can go ahead and find those weak people to get on board and jump on board. Now you got 100 people screaming the same thing.
Right.
All
Next.
right.
No, you're not finna next us like that. You're not
No,
finna
I
next us like
got
that.
you. So
Good cooking.
keep that same mindset. I want you to keep that same mindset over there with your 5%.
Long as you keep it on context.
I got you. I
All
got
right,
you. Let's
go
go
ahead.
into the leadership role, right?
All right.
Now, does manhood dictate a leadership role, or does leadership role dictate a manhood? Like, do they go 2 and 2?
They don't go together.
I said it earlier.
They don't go together.
Huh?
I think every man has the ability to lead his wife and his children. But not all men, and just because you have the ability to lead your wife and children, don't mean you should be president. Don't mean
Why-
you should
but
be.
why do- why do
hold
you-
on.
all right, go ahead.
I'm
I'm
just
gonna let you
saying
make it. I'm good.
because we think that because you think you're a man, you can lead. Maybe you shouldn't be the lead on the group project. Maybe you shouldn't be the lead when it comes down to figuring out a certain assignment or whatever the case may be. Maybe you should stick to just a soldier at that particular point and a general at home. We can't say every man is a good leader. No, they are not.
Yeah, but you're putting something in front of leader. Like good
What?
leader. We're not saying leader. Everybody has leadership skills. And
But
the ability
who wants
to
to follow a
lead.
bad leader? So I'm just going to assume that the leader that we're talking about is a good leader. And people automatically assume because you're a man, that makes you a great leader.
I
That's
can
false.
name you a bunch of people that follow some bad leaders. But we ain't
They're
gonna do
bad
that.
to
We ain't gonna
you.
do. Okay, they bad to
Somebody
me.
think that's a good leader.
Or they bad to society.
I mean, all right.
Don't start. He said.
I don't think,
he
but
said next.
I don't think because you're a man that makes you automatically have the great leadership capability. It's some men that's only as good as they can work. Some men, and then that's just it.
Nah, man, you can't do
Not
that.
all men can lead in different areas. I don't think so.
Every man should be a good leader in there.
Yeah, but not in every
their
area.
home, in
But-
their-
but-
since you're talking about wife and kids
In your home,
every
okay.
man should be a good
I agree.
leader in their home because
I
every
agree.
man has already. Again, I talked about that DNA, that trait, that gene that's inside of that man has the ability to be a great leader within his home. Every man. I don't care if you're
That's true.
I don't care if you're a terrible whatever outside of in society. But
No,
in your
I agree.
home,
I agree, but that don't mean I want him leading my congregation.
No.
I mean, I want him
That's true.
leading my. I don't want him just continue to think that he's going to take that same energy and apply it somewhere else. No, brother, you don't need to be assistant manager. You suck at that.
I'm sorry. I can't let you go with that. Like, I can't say you can be a terrible man out in society and you come home and it's a switch and you a good man to your family. I don't believe that you can do that.
Oh, I was talking about. Let me clarify. I was talking about specifically roles once you get into the household. Like your roles switch from a man outside the household and your man inside the household switches only because you have a different hat. Now you're a husband. Now you're a father. You're not a husband and father once.
So
you
what
leave
makes
outside the house.
what makes a good man as far as like husband? Like what do you think all husbands are supposed to be to make them a great leader?
Provider,
Providing what?
finances.
What else?
Well, that's my top one right now.
And so that's it.
No.
I said that's top one. I can give you a few.
Okay, so what I said earlier, I said a provider, a protector.
Absolutely.
I mean, you can put leader in there if you want to put leader in there.
Mm-hmm. Does he have to be honest, caring,
Yeah, honest,
responsible,
all those things. I
Okay.
believe all those things make up.
attentive?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think all of those things. Here he go. I think all of those things.
Does he have to be affectionate towards his wife and his kids?
Yeah,
I mean, that affectionate may look different depending on the woman,
Man,
but
you, you shooting too fast. I'm
Yeah,
trying
he's
to I'm trying to let my man get him all.
Keep going. What else?
nah, because I already know where he.
You already know where I'm going?
Where you going?
Go ahead.
I ain't going nowhere. I'm just asking questions. I'm just trying to make sure. Because let's just say there's 10 things on the list.
Okay, checklist.
And he's
of 10.
hitting 9 of them.
Mm-hmm.
But he ain't hitting the financial. He's not hitting the financial part. Does that make him a good man?
Some people,
Some people or majority?
majority of people.
It's a majority of society, right? Because we're still talking about society and then them
Y'all want to say
I
that?
thought you left there, but we'll
majority
hop on it.
of people, from what I've seen, is when a man is deficient in one or a couple of things. Let's say off of this 10-point list,
I said out of the 10, he's not. He's not.
Let's say he doesn't
make enough.
Doesn't make enough, and what else? And he's not affectionate.
No. We gonna
Just
because
one?
the one that everyone is talking about is the fact
provider.
of where how much money he makes.
And some
So,
people say you are not a real man if you can't provide for your family with no assistance.
you know what I'm gonna say? Majority of society is crazy because the
that's
majority
fine. You can say
majority
that.
of society
I will agree with you.
there.
because majority of society is not married. Majority of society
Okay.
don't. I want people to like get out of their opinions and check the statistics. Know the averages of what men actually make and what women actually make, what black men actually make, the average, just on an average. We have to deal on an average scale, not a hypothetical scale.
Okay.
Like, because Instagram, society itself will have you to believe that everybody is out here killing it, and that's not what it is.
I mean, I agree with that. They're not killing it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like, I think that's crazy.
Can y'all define killing it, please?
Well, whatever number.
Like they're making it seem like they check off everything on the list to the public, when in actuality they're not checking off everything
not
on
true.
the
Okay.
list.
I just want to make sure
I think you can go to blackdemographic.com.
our peoples
and check
know
all
what
the black
killing it
stocks.
mean.
I mean, but so you always hear like women always say, "I want a certain type of man, and a certain type of this."
Right.
Like, but I always wonder, like,
And you're not a real man if you don't pay for the first date.
I'm not paying $300 for no date. Like, it's just not
Y'all ain't
happening.
gotta do that.
Yeah, it ain't gotta be
Ain't gotta do
$300.
Shawty, we
They
ain't-
want it to be $300,
Yeah,
but they ain't gotta be.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't even
And if
know-
she not rocking with that, bro,
I don't even know if
Leave
I
her.
like you on a first date. So what
Okay,
you look
so-
like I'm finna.
that's cap.
So that's something that people say, "Oh, you're not a real man if you do that." Like
Do
when
what?
you ask somebody on a date and you want to split the bill. Do you feel like as a man you should take on that responsibility for somebody that's not yours?
Nah, I ain't doing it.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, we
I
need
ain't
to
doing
coin.
it.
We need to
Season
coin.
one.
We need to coin that phrase,
Yeah.
my guy.
I'm too.
Season one.
Say what you want. Like, nah, I ain't doing it.
First date, you not doing it?
Nah, for what?
Man, let me ask your wife.
Because let me tell you what they're thinking. This is a standard of living that you must uphold for the remainder of our relationship. Shawty, I ain't spending $300
First date?
Shawty, I ain't spending $300 on the first date. It's not happening.
First date?
Right. So
why would y'all even go somewhere where you can't afford?
time out. Before we even go there.
What's up?
You said you are dictating to her how the rest of the relationship is gonna go, right?
For sure.
Ooh, you see, you was gonna go in my direction.
And
sure.
so you've told her that you're gonna split these things, right?
Here we go.
No, the question, I'm not paying
Here we go.
$300 for
Here
a
we
date.
go.
I'm not paying $300 for a date. I'm not doing it.
Why?
Because I'm not spending $300 on a girl I just met off of attraction alone and I haven't really got to know her. I'm not doing it.
Here's a
Okay,
tip.
would you spend 100?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'll spend $100 for sure.
I got a tip. Let me let y'all
But $3, that's pushing it,
fellas
Shawty.
out there. If you can't afford the date that you are going to, don't take her there.
Ooh.
Don't take her there. If you can't afford your half and her half, don't take her there. Tell
Man,
her no.
we splitting that joint.
I'm
trying to
take
get-
you there.
I'm trying to
not
get
going to
to know
take
you.
you on a first date somewhere where I can't afford both of us.
But then
I'm
they
not
say-
saying that
they
I'm
say-
going to pay. Hold
but
on.
then they say you're not a real man, though.
I'm not saying that I'm going to pay for both of us off rip. I'm just saying at the end of the day, if I feel like the date is okay, yeah, you know what I'm saying? We kicking it or whatever the case may be.
They're going to say you're not a real man.
I mean, you can say what you want to say.
Who said
They
a
don't
real
dictate that I'm a real
man
man.
pays for the first date?
I didn't
Where'd
say
this come
you have
from?
to pay for the first date.
Man.
I'm just saying if you can't afford it, then why take it to?
You know, the big
I agree.
The big topic is like men not being able to afford the lifestyle, this, that, and the third. Like,
She ain't for you.
First of all, like, maybe no.
What you mean?
It's just not happening. Like,
What's not happening?
just like spending that much on no date is not happening. But back to the relationship aspect, you dodging the questions. Are you a real man? Let's ask this question. I got a question. Are you a real man if your wife makes more than you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You a real man.
Does that dictate whether or not who leads, depending on how much that money they make?
I know why you asked this question, my
I
boy.
know why we asked this question.
Here
Because
we go.
So I feel
what's
Here we
up?
go.
this is Josh, so I don't want anybody to be hit me up
They know
talking
your
about
voice by now.
blah, blah, blah. Nah, we not doing that. I feel that whoever makes the most money
Listen up, audience.
has more say or more strength off of what they want to do with this money. And I'm gonna give you an example before I let y'all cut in. So
Let me sip my.
if your wife makes, let's say your wife makes 100,000, you make 60,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's something that, regardless of the amount of money that you make, you don't want it to be done, right?
But you don't want
So-
to be done.
So let's say, I don't know, she wants the kids to be in 3 after-school activities instead of 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying, regardless of how much money I'm making, I don't want the kids in 3 after-school activities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Follow me?
Uh-huh.
Now, I feel because she makes more money, she's going to say, yeah, I'll pay for it because I want them in 3 after-school activities.
Okay.
You get me?
I get what you're saying.
So do you feel like that's an accurate statement or that's an inaccurate statement?
Now,
Oh, no.
I got my opinion when you done.
at the end of the day, whatever I say goes.
Whoa.
Whoa there. Whoa there, buddy.
Whoa, Mr. Compromise with my wife.
Whoa there, buddy.
I do compromise.
Whoa
but
there,
if
buddy.
but if it's for some reason I say no, if I decide to say no, that's not what we're doing, then that's not what we're doing.
You aggressive.
It's not aggressive. It's just what it is.
You like the ice machine.
At the end of the day, like, wives should submit to their husbands, right?
Here you go.
So that
They're supposed to submit to each
includes whatever she makes. That's just my opinion.
Okay.
Like the back and forth, or like you telling me what we gonna do, this, that, and the third. Like that has nothing to do with her money.
So you don't value her opinion?
I do value her opinion, But if I don't want them to have 3 activities for whatever but the reason is, then that's just not what we're going to do. So, the fact that you can pay for it doesn't mean anything if my answer is no.
So I was going to say that maybe the issue isn't necessarily that you can pay for it. Maybe I have an issue with them having 3 after-school activities for a different reason. Maybe
and little baby can't read.
Reason. But
we don't know what it is.
I definitely disagree with whatever I say go. I think that it should be a discussion. Now, during the discussion,
where does the final
weigh the pros? You are the person that's going to weigh the pros and the
cons.
Where
does the final decision lie?
Well, I mean, in my opinion,
that's
think
why I said whatever.
But you
I
said
said
whatever
go.
You say go. I don't
want you to take it as I'm just laying law and that's it.
But that's how it comes off.
Like.
Yeah, for
sure. But at the end of the day, if I say nah, then that's just what it is. You know what I mean? It's not. Nah,
that's the same thing.
No, not necessarily. I'm assuming that we are considering other people's opinions,
right? But they don't know that.
My wife. Okay,
a lot of times women don't know that. A lot of time women don't know when men make logic decisions. Real men make logic decisions. They already weighed their women emotions already in the play. They already weighed their women how they feel and all of that.
Yeah, we already weighed.
And then they make the decision. A lot of women don't know that. Real men make decisions, including their wives and whoever else is involved.
This season may not be the season for certain activities that maybe we should focus on different foundations.
Absolutely.
So I don't want y'all to get stuck on the example.
Yeah.
I want y'all to...
I get what you're saying. Because she makes the money,
right?
You shouldn't say nothing because she going to be the one paying for it.
Not that you should
afford the lifestyle.
Not that you shouldn't say nothing, but she has more of a say.
So you feel like she has 55%, you have 45%.
Because she make the most money.
Depending on depending on her and depending on what the situation is, because there are some women that would say, hey, if you say, like you saying, if the husband say it's this, that's what it is, regardless of if I make more money or not. But
you disagree with that.
In my opinion, I feel majority of women that make more than their husbands have a little more dictatorship when it comes to decisions that are made.
That's true, and the only reason why I say it's true is because that's what we see.
Man, don't let them women.
No. But
it's not about running.
It depends.
Though.
It depends on how. It depends on how my wife says it though. If she's like, "Baby, don't worry about it. I already broke it down. This, that, and the third. We still gonna be able to save this, that, and the third. We can afford it." Then that's different than saying, "I'm just gonna pay for it anyway." So it depends on her delivery. Now, if she came to me and was like, look, I already done broke it down. I already know how you think.
AKA.
This, that, and the third. We can still do it. And then I'm 9 times out of 10, husband's going to say yes.
So you don't want to feel like you being strong armed.
So it's not strong.
She's not strong on me.
To go with your idea, make it feel like it's his idea. Women, if you want men to go with your idea.
That was a gym.
If you want men to go with your idea, make it feel like it is his idea, okay?
So y'all like being finessed?
I like being finessed by my wife. I definitely like being finessed by my wife. Absolutely. Because, there's a way to get everything.
It is.
If she knows that I'm already thinking logically and I'm thinking 10 years or 5 years now or a year from now, if she knows me, she knows that, she knows how to come to me with anything. Now, I think what the woman that you're speaking of is the woman that's like, it's my money anyway. I'm gonna do that. That's the woman you're speaking about. That's the woman that's on that side. That's the attitude and demeanor that you're saying that they're gonna have.
Not necessarily.
Nah, they not sweet with it, bro. Let's keep it a buck.
No, not necessarily. I wouldn't say
women can't wait to tell you they making more money than you. Majority.
I disagree with that too.
That's spicy.
I disagree with that too.
That's spicy.
The city girls might, but.
Not only the city girls, we got the golden girls. You know the ones that's around 40 or whatever. They all take trips with each other, but they still ain't got no man. It's like one get a divorce, and the other one get a divorce, and the other one get a divorce.
But
tell the truth. All right then.
But nah, I feel like that's just my opinion. I feel like the person that is providing
the most.
More.
What's wrong with
more
do you feel like it's wrong? Do you feel like it's wrong for a woman to earn money?
I feel like it's wrong for a woman to earn money?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
No.
Okay. All. But do you feel like you're less than a man if your wife earns more than you?
No.
No, not for me personally, but I do feel a lot of men feel that way because, again, it's harped upon for a man to be a provider.
They feel that way because of the woman that they're with makes them feel that way.
Society does too.
Once again, you about to make me curse. Who is society and why do we care so much? Like, forget
Bro,
these
because
niggas,
we live
man.
in the world amongst society, bro.
Then I'm going to challenge you to create your own world, bro. I'm going to challenge you to create your own
Not
world.
you, Jesus Jr. over here.
It's
I'ma
not
challenge
Jesus
you.
Jr. Trust me.
I'm
It's
gonna challenge you too.
Nah, it's like, why do we care so much about what other people are, the perception that other people have on what I'm doing and what we doing over
Are
here?
you
Why
afraid
do
to
we
get
care?
a bad name, JB?
Who cares?
What you mean?
If
Are you afraid to get
man,
a
if
bad
you in
name?
good standing with the people you love, bro, that's all that matters, bro. Not society.
I'm asking him, like, are you afraid of what society is going to say about you because you're doing this way and they don't like it?
I wouldn't say that, like, in that way. But I do care about what people say about me or what my name is attached to. And I feel like everybody should. Now, in the way that it's like, what's the word? Like the way that it's done or the way that I feel about it varies depending on what the situation is. But I want for people that are outside and people in society to say, like, that is a stand-up guy. I've known him for 3 years. Anytime I need him, he's dependable.
Right.
Like,
that's different.
But you'll feel some type of way. Hold on. Let's use that same scenario. So you saying a person that is not a stand-up guy.
I need to know facts. I need to know why that person is not a stand-up guy.
And I don't care.
No.
I don't care.
Man,
Because
come on,
I know
bro.
the truth, bro. I know the truth.
But you can't say you don't
I
care,
don't.
bro.
I don't. Somebody talking about me, I don't care. Cause 9 times it's like that. It's like the racist guy or whatever the stuff we was talking about just a couple minutes ago. They not gonna bring it to your face, bro. Why do you care?
So what happened if they do? Because there are some people that just are ignorant.
That's just gonna come up to you and say you're not a stand-up guy. You sound like a fool, bro.
Well, not saying you're a stand-up guy. You said somebody that's racist.
No, but I'm talking about now. Now we're on to you care about people saying that he is a stand-up guy. So what? That man don't know you.
I'm rocking.
He don't know you.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
These people don't know you.
I feel like both of y'all cap up here.
I'm pretty sure it's a lot of dirt on my name.
Unless it's what John was saying earlier about like his wife actually doing that.
My
or
loved
his,
ones,
Bro, you care about what the
doing
people at work say about your ability to lead.
That's
I don't
that's
really care.
different.
That's not different, bro.
That's different.
No, that's not different.
All
Y'all
right.
do care. Now, maybe in the capacity that y'all care is compartmentalized depending on what group
I see
you're
what you're
around. But you do care. If you want somebody to care, when you start your trunking company, you do want somebody that says this person is reliable. Why? Because that dictates whether somebody else is going to work with you.
And there's a system for that. There's scoring. There's different. But
there's no score for being a man, bro.
But there's scoring on my reliability and what I do inside the trucking company. What is that based on? That's based on my arrival times, all that other stuff. Do I have any accidents?
Which is part of being a good man.
Well, that's just part of being a good worker.
No, sir. It's part of being a good man because you are a good time manager. So you know, hey, I got to give myself 30 to 45 minute buffer. I got to do this. I got to do that to make sure that I am on time, even if the weather or even if there is an accident.
That's understandable, and I totally agree with you. Right? But that's different. I'm talking about the opinions of other people as far as
that's based on an opinion.
I'm not talking about work. I'm talking about like peer-to-peer relationships outside of work. I'm talking about how somebody think about me.
You're not talking about work. Like that's part of.
Bro, those people
but
did
that's
say
easy. That's right. Then if that's the case, then you're absolutely right. I'm gonna be concerned about what my name is work-wise. But just another nigga talking about me on the side of the street that's not work-related, that doesn't affect my money, I don't care.
Are you saying like you don't care in the way that it's not going to affect how you move?
It's not going to affect how I move.
But you saying that
if something affects my paper, which that I have to feed my family with, then I'm going to care about that. I'm definitely going to care about that, right? But another nigga telling me that I'm a stand-up guy and I'm always there for him, bro, I don't care about that type of talk.
That's false. But I
don't care about that type of talk. You may not care,
but you do feel some type of way.
It doesn't affect my paper. Now, if someone's talking down on my business, that affects my paper. Yes, I'm going to care.
But then you're reducing yourself to just paper and just what I can make.
I'm reducing myself to what I actually care about. I don't care about somebody just talking outside of their neck.
It's different. He don't care about.
I don't care about
things.
people just talking outside of their neck. Oh, I don't like him because of X, Y, and Z. I don't care about that. I don't care about that.
It's conscious and subconscious with him.
No, it's not conscious and subconscious. If somebody's saying that you a liar, cheater, this, that, and the third, but they don't really know you on a day-to-day basis, but they gathered around and got 100 people to agree the same thing. Hold on. They gathered around and got 100 people to say the right thing about your character, or that ain't got to do with your job or your business. You wouldn't care.
We're not talking about strangers. We're not talking about strangers.
Then who are we talking about?
Society is not just strangers. There's coworkers, there's friends, there's
all
family. All of those people are a part of society.
I totally understand that.
So what I'm saying is, it goes back to the first question. Like, I feel like society dictates these characteristics of a man. Now, you choose whether you're going to be a stand-up guy, whether you're going to be reliable, whether you're going to provide and protect, and how you're going to do those things. But at the end of the day, my opinion again is that that society are the ones who put these characteristics in the air. Like, they put the idea out there.
We can't control false narratives.
Yeah, you can.
How? You can make people make up anything, outlandish stuff about people all the time.
There's never been an accusation of a man that's inside all the time about him being outside, because it's not in his character to be outside.
All right, Josh.
Yeah, you had to repeat that because
if you go to work and you come home every day, you don't party. It don't matter what kind of party it is. Even if the company is having something, you're not going up there. You're not doing any of that. Nobody can make up a story and say, "Well, yeah, after work, he came over to the crib and we kicked in. We did."
Yes, they can.
Yes, they can.
Yes, they can.
Yes, they can.
Yes, they can. It's called liars. It's called people who don't even know what they're talking about, which is the same thing.
Habitual liars too.
If somebody would say right now, that boy, I seen that boy Josh at the strip club Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Nobody would believe them. And why won't they believe them?
The people that know you won't believe them.
The people tell me that's who y'all care about.
That's my point.
But those people consist of family, friends, and all of those people. But
that's my point.
You said you only care about your wife and your kids.
I care about my loved ones.
I'm not talking about strangers. I'm talking. There are people in your family that could potentially feel that you are a real man in certain aspects because you do certain things. Is what I'm saying. Like,
you right.
You want to put it out.
I don't care about them niggas.
You don't care about them.
That's what only reason why I said it's a conscious and subconscious thing with him, because he would consciously not care, but subconsciously he cares.
How?
Because of what you might say or what you might do.
How?
Like your actions after somebody said something.
You know how I know? Because you will say, "Oh, it's good. It's just gonna be me and my family. Like, I don't have to come around."
So what that mean?
It definitely sounds like something you would say.
Yeah, I would say that. But it's the truth though.
It could be true.
Right.
Absolutely.
But what I'm saying is, it's because of maybe what they have said or what they have done talking about you, is what I'm saying. You just totally remove yourself from a situation because I don't necessarily, like you saying, you don't care about that.
Right.
But you saying you don't care about that shows that it has an effect.
Fact, yeah, that's why I say you feel some type of way about it.
We want to take it that deep, I guess, but sometimes people just don't give. Some people don't care. Some people find peace in where they're at in their lives. Some people find peace where they at in their lives and they stay there. What I'm trying to get you to understand is I don't seek the approval of anybody. Hold on, my I don't seek the approval. I don't want to be liked by I don't care to be liked by anybody. I don't care to be a man in other people's eyes that don't know me and don't spend time with me. I don't care about that, bro. I don't.
Bro, that wasn't the question.
I'm just saying.
Does society dictate?
Man,
or I say outside forces. Outside forces dictate, and they do.
I mean, if you say so, but I don't think so.
They do. Now you determine whether
you care about it or not.
Whether you're gonna pick these things or whether you're gonna care about certain things that they say. Because whatever example I had brought up, you said, "Oh, well, nah, that's different." If it's positive, it's almost like, okay, that's cool. But if it's negative, it's like, I don't care about that. To me, you have to be conscious enough to say that I can take both and I do what I want with both.
Nah, I think is that when it comes to stuff work related, I agree with you. because it's money. It's something that way I
Well,
feed
work
my
and family.
Hold on. When it comes to work related, I do care about how my boss or my supervisor may feel about me because this is how I feed my family and it affects the ones that I love.
So work and family.
Because you're an entrepreneur and you work for yourself. But people okay then. See, now you wouldn't care, but I would. Now we're flip-flopping. So it just really you pick and choose what you want to care about. I pick and choose what I want to care about. I care about the things that's going to help provide for the people I love. So if it's going to be a nasty or connotation about me or leave people with a nasty feeling in their mouths about me at work, I'm going to look to correct that. But as far as like Joe Smo or the sister who's sitting in the first row at church, I don't care about none of them people and how they feel about their views or opinions about me. I don't. I don't.
But see, the way that you talk, I feel like you've reduced yourself to.
I haven't reduced myself to nothing.
Yeah, because everything goes back to money, provision.
But who's it for though? If the opinion affects how I make money for my family.
So if all of that, so if all of that kills you, like what I'm trying to get is that you should care about yourself along with those people that you're mentioning.
Who?
Because it sounds like you are reducing yourself to provision, and as long as they're saying that you're providing what you should provide, then you're good with that.
No, I'm not reducing myself to provision.
So those characteristics you was talking about earlier, that's what you talking about?
A good worker gets paid.
Okay.
That money goes home to the people I love.
Okay.
That's it. So if I have to be viewed as a good worker so I can continue to earn what I earn to bring it home to the people I love.
Not necessarily.
I know some terrible workers that bring
not
no
necessarily.
money.
That's them. I'm talking about me.
Right, but you can't.
What can I? Y'all keep trying to argue the point. Y'all want me to care about what everybody else think about me. Just say that.
That's not what we're saying. That's definitely not.
Do you care about what society say about you?
I told you yes.
Do you care about what society say and view you?
It depends.
He wishy-washy.
Mr. Middleman.
Wishy-washy.
I'm always, hey man, it's
so
just my
does
opinion.
society determine what type of man you are?
No, but I still care about, let's say, society's opinion. Because I live in society. I am a part of society.
Are opinions facts?
No.
All right then.
But they still have weight. Opinions still have weight.
Like I said, it just depends.
No, they don't. If the opinion is loud enough, it has weight. If majority of the people share the same, that's why you need to stop with everybody. Then you can't have that.
I don't mess
too many people got opinions of you. Too many people got opinions of you, man.
People always have an opinion, though.
So what?
What you mean, so what? You can't just say so what.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't just say so what, bro.
I better stop caring about what these people think.
You have to care. You said
no, you do not.
Yes, you do, because you're saying that you care in only specific things.
Let's get off of that, right?
Okay.
And I have the choice. And I have the choice too. I have the choice to care and what I do care and don't care about.
You do. Absolutely
So
right.
That's my choice. But let's just say our church, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you care about what everybody's opinion is in that church?
Do I care about everybody's opinion?
Yes.
No.
All right.
Not everybody, but somebody is what.
But their opinions do affect me, if that makes sense.
How? How do they affect you?
Because although it doesn't dictate me, it can taint the people around me, if that makes sense.
What people around you? Your loved ones?
I mean, loved ones, people that are friends that are getting to know me. Anything.
So that's kind of like how the opinion of the people I work for at my job can affect my ability to earn, which affects my loved ones.
Wait, so are you saying
it's
that society doesn't affect you?
He said it doesn't. In the beginning, he said it.
John, I thought we already agreed upon that.
Man, you haven't agreed upon nothing.
No,
you've been in the middle all day.
That's cap.
I have yet to hear a solid view from you.
That's cap.
So
that's big cap.
All right, so
that's big cap.
Do you believe
I have agreed and disagreed with things
that don't align all the way through?
Hey, that's
so. Let me ask you a question.
Opinion.
Absolutely right. So let me ask you a question. Do the opinions of your church members or church, whatever you want to call it, matter?
Does it matter? It shouldn't.
Can they determine what type of man you are?
No.
Do their
does
opinions
it affect me? Yes.
How?
That's what.
Why?
Yes, it affects you. Society affects you, bro. If you say you don't, you are.
Yeah,
I don't know what's wrong
Then
with
I'm
you.
an alien.
bro. Come on.
I don't know
Then
what's
I'm an
wrong with
alien.
you. For you to
can't-
say society does not affect you, you got to be living in a bubble 24/7.
I do.
Stop.
I
it.
do live in my own world.
Well, you're not, because we in the studio right now.
This is part of my world right now. It's traveling with me. What you mean?
Again,
Got to be stopped.
he does have to be stopped. I think you feel like because I say I care, like their opinions have so much weight, and that's false. So I want to put that out there. Like, I care for you to have an opinion about me, but I don't care about the opinion. If that makes sense.
It
Did
don't.
the camera stop rolling?
No.
It don't make sense.
So I care about that you have an opinion about me because
Why?
What you mean why?
Who is this nigga that have an opinion about you?
Bro, because strangers have got me business. How have they got me business? And it's not about the business.
So you bringing it back to my point? All right, then.
No. I don't want you to jump on the money. I don't want you to jump on the money train.
Yeah,
All
get
right, what's
off
up?
Of, get
What-
off of
what I-
providing. Get off of
No,
providing.
it's not
No,
about.
no,
but
no.
The example is not about providing. The example of somebody has an opinion about me, and they brought that opinion to somebody else,
Okay.
and now somebody else has came into contact with me and became a friend, a customer, a client, so on and so forth.
You care to make new friends, or you care more to make more money?
I care about both.
Yeah.
Now,
Which one do you care about the most?
Bruh.
Bro, if I say money, what I'm saying is I'm reducing myself to money.
Nah, but that's the only opinion that should really
Money ain't got no
matter.
opinion.
Really, it matter. If
Disagree.
all right,
I chose a side.
all right. Now tell
Thank
me
you for
why you
coming to the
disagree.
podcast.
Thank you. Finally, he has an opinion, y'all.
Oh, I've
Why?
always agreed and disagreed.
Why do you
Y'all-
disagree?
Y'all both got valid points.
We're gonna get off of this right now.
I mean,
What?
Go ahead, but tell me why you
because
disagree.
it's kind of crazy how you say. So I think we should definitely move on, because if you disagree that society
But that's
does not
fine,
affect
though.
you,
'Cause
then I
you-
think we should move on.
That's
That
a fine
don't
though, but
even-
but here's the thing.
I don't even-
I don't want you to try to. The point is not to change my mind.
No.
It's to hear my viewpoint.
Bro, it's okay to
Yeah,
care.
no, we here.
It's,
We just
it's
think it's
okay. It's
lunacy.
okay to care, bro.
All right, care about who? I care about my loved ones. I care
That's
about
cap,
y'all.
bro. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I was just
That's
about to
cap.
say, bro. If
But
you say you don't care about me, we got beef.
But those are loved ones.
Yeah, he's saying you're a loved one.
Okay,
Those are loved ones.
But you
And
do care about.
if Joe Smo come outside of here and who ain't put in 10, you talking about this is 10 years deep. Me and you a lifetime.
Yeah.
This is 10 years deep. Somebody coming in new member, whatever. I don't care about that nigga. I don't know this nigga. He ain't put in no effort. He ain't put in no work. He ain't been there. He ain't do that. Why should I care about his opinion? That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And we don't even know who society is. So we can't even really just like,
No, but you do care about what people say, and I think it goes back to what Keith said. Maybe it's just subconscious for you because you care about, and I know money.
It
like
is.
Your business is the only thing I can think of because it matches you. Like it matches you, and it's what you're
His family,
what
bro.
you're striving for.
If somebody come
Absolutely.
to church and say something about his kids,
But if let's say
it's a difference.
Obviously, this
nah, I really wouldn't care about that either. But I would care if you touched them. But you can say
You
what
wouldn't care if they
people
said
have people have
anything about
said
your kids
Nah, people have said
at
some
church?
people have hold on. People have
you
said some
right.
people
Let me
have
get off
said
loved
some
ones.
things about my kids. But
off loved ones.
one, it was never in front of my face. Two, at the end of the day, as long as you don't touch them, then that's a whole different story. So like, I really don't care about that. Like, you got to understand, like my son is different off rip. People have said some outlandish things. So whatever you think I ain't heard, I have heard. Exactly. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, as long as you don't touch them, then I won't have to be the man you want me to be or man that society says should be. It's okay. People gonna talk, but what they not gonna do is touch because they're afraid of what a real man is
Nah, that's
gonna do.
disrespectful.
okay.
It's the same thing about the man at the restaurant who may feel some way when he see me with my dreads. He ain't gonna say nothing. He ain't gonna touch me.
Life and death is in the power of the tongue.
That's cool.
So what I'm saying is, the words that people choose to put on your name matters.
But I'm blessed.
I agree.
Like I'm covered. Like I already won. That's how I think. So it don't matter.
Not saying that it.
You mean like voodoo?
Breaks you down. No, that's not.
No.
That's not what I'm talking to. Mr.
You mean like voodoo?
Mr. West Indian. That's not what I'm talking about, sir. What I'm saying is, if we believe that life and death is in the power of the tongue, we should care whether somebody
And speaking ill,
is speaking ill
sure.
or they're speaking life. Whether they're a stranger, whether they're a loved one, or whatever the case may be. As a man, I want anybody that knows me, whether it's one day, 24 hours, 3 years, 10 years, 15 years, I want them to speak life into anything that I do in any situation, in any conversation where my name is brought up.
man, that's just assuming people want you to win, though, and not everybody wants you to win.
It's not even that. You ever heard the saying, sticks and stones may break your bones, but words may never hurt? That's from the pits of hell. That's a lie.
I guess.
That's a lie. Words do hurt. Words do hurt.
Bro, because the reason I say that, because I feel like if you stop caring, that will bleed into other aspects of your life. Slowly but surely, I feel like
That's good.
if your wife says something or your kids say something that you may not 100% agree with, that you're going to start tuning them out as well.
Nah, but I really genuinely care about what they're saying, and I take that in consideration. That's really the own people. Mm-hmm. But I will say this: if the more that you don't care, the more I feel like the more you can focus on what really matters.
I can agree with that.
Because if I cared about how the way my hair looked, or what people may think about my hair, what people may think about what I got on, what people may think that I drive, where people may think that I live, I will miss out on what really actually matters.
So question for the both of y'all. So does somebody or even yourself dictate if you're a healthy, I don't want to say if you have a healthy manhood, how should I put it, or a toxic man? What am I trying to say? If somebody else dictates if you're a toxic man or if you're a healthy man or a not in like a physical sense, obviously, because we can obviously see that you're a man.
Yeah.
But does somebody dictate whether you're a certain type of man?
I mean,
not that you're just the manhood, but
I mean, this is the thing, right? You talk to people loud enough or you get aggressive, they're gonna say that's toxic. Like, you think if some man has demeanors about themselves that they won't tolerate or will tolerate, some people are gonna think that's toxic. So I think that is just very, like, depending on the woman that you're dealing with, whether or not she deemed those traits to be toxic.
To me, raising your voice to enforce something is toxic. Now, raising your voice
is that a sign of toxic or that is toxic?
It is toxic.
Sometimes, but I could raise my voice because you trying to talk over me, or I could raise my voice because I'm angry or upset. Like,
right, but that's still toxic. And me over talking you is toxic because I'm not allowing you to get your point out. I'm not allowing the conversation to flow.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you ain't like how I put myself under the bush. You couldn't even do nothing.
Nah, I'm just toxic masculinity is something new, bro. Like,
I think the title for it is something new.
Yeah,
I think it's always been there.
I think it's always been there because
they
telling young boys don't cry, don't have emotions, brush it off. Like,
it's toxic.
Bro, we are human and we have feelings, and so we should just have those feelings. Like, we shouldn't just push those feelings to the side.
Man,
agree.
I think it's tough. I'm not gonna say it's tough. I can't speak from personal experience, and I probably should speak from personal experience. But I think we have to deal with the majority, and the majority of men are supposed to be providers, are supposed to be this, that, and the third, all these things, right? But we're constantly unsatisfied with what we're getting in return.
Uh-oh. Go ahead, continue. Go.
You thought I was going to go ahead. I read my notes.
No. So as a man, to me, you should be respecting something in return.
That's where we disagree.
No, you shouldn't be. You should be doing something because you are the man that you say you are. You should be doing
absolutely
it because you're saying you don't care about nobody's opinion or whatever. So as a man, you should be saying, I'm doing this regardless of what anybody thinks.
Absolutely.
Now, does that include your wife, your kids? Because I know you big on. You said you was talking about job, wife, and kids. So.
Absolutely. So I was just talking about the masses, the conversation that I've overheard a lot of times. A lot of women want to be stay-at-home wives, right? Okay. But a lot of time, and but we have this criteria of sheet that we have to hit every box of, check off every box on this list, and it's like, what are we getting in return? You know, there's so many questions and battles about my manhood, my level of masculinity, what I earn, am I attentive, do I buy you $300 dates? But it's like, what are we getting in return for all of this correction and what's up? So what?
Regardless of what the woman does,
Okay,
in your relationship, in your household,
go ahead.
if that's your wife,
I've been prepared. Go ahead.
regardless,
Absolutely. Go
if
ahead.
she don't bring in no money, let's just say she don't do nothing. She don't cook. She don't clean. She don't do nothing.
Bullshit,
like
man.
I'm just throwing the scenario out. She don't do nothing. You are still supposed to provide for that woman, regardless.
That's false.
Regardless,
Especially if you married her, I agree with that.
that's why I say if you're married, regardless of what she does,
Did she tell me?
what she do,
Did she tell
regardless,
me before
your
I
job,
said I
you have to do your job, regardless.
So
regardless.
What
You're
happens,
right.
What happens if she
I
did
got to
tell
do
you
my job.
before you, or
Then we ain't getting married.
No.
What you
if,
mean?
What if she tells you after, or what if it happens after? What you finna do?
Then after?
Yeah.
How many days after? Because there ain't this something called an annulment.
We talking about later on down the line.
Y'all
She
already
like,
had sex.
she like, I'm tired of
So
cleaning.
what?
I'm tired of cooking. I ain't doing it.
No
She
boy.
tired of
She hit you with your no. I ain't doing it.
Then she got to go.
Cap.
Nah, it's so. Here's the thing, right?
Cap.
Here's the thing, right?
Cap.
Nah, y'all ain't gonna like me for this. Here's the thing, right? There's this thing called domestic engineer, right? Domestic engineer, right?
Okay.
We all know what a domestic engineer is, right?
Yeah.
What
Do I
is
need
it
to
for
read
the
the
audience?
definition? Do I
What
need
is
to
it for
read
the
the
audience?
Google the definition because
What is it for the
before I
audience?
go in, I want everybody to know what a domestic engineer is. These women want to be traditional men. They want traditional husbands. I've watched plenty of old school shows.
Ooh, I'm finna get you. Hold on.
Go ahead. Read
Hold
your
on.
thing. Read your thing.
No. Before that,
What's up?
you said women want traditional men,
Traditional husbands.
traditional husbands,
And yeah, they want to be traditional wives. Go ahead.
but men don't want traditional women. Cause you want your woman to come out of work and help you with the crib, with the note, with the finances.
Who said these women wasn't helping back in the day? Let's keep it a buck.
These women were at home, bro. They weren't. They were not, bro.
That's when cost of living was like 19 cents
it don't matter.
a week,
it don't,
bro.
it
Stop
does not
playing
matter.
with me.
It don't matter.
Stop playing
I
with me.
don't told you to look up Proverbs woman.
That's cool.
She ain't do
All
no
right, but check
work.
this out,
Cap.
right?
That's
Check this out.
cap.
Check this out,
That's
right?
cap.
If you decide to be a stay-at-home wife, right? And I'm gonna do all this stuff, right? First of all, you're not blind.
So you comparing and
I'm
you
not-
belittling your wife, but go ahead, continue.
No, I'm not.
Your wife's not domestic. I'm just in the example.
I'm not.
The example.
example.
Yes, sir.
I'm not. What am I getting in return? You can't tell me that you're signing up to be a domestic engineer and food not on the table when I get home, clothes not clean.
Okay.
You can't tell me that. She didn't feel like it that day. But that's what you signed up for.
Agreed.
How you know that?
Because if you're a domestic engineer,
Go
that's what you
go
signed
with
up
the example.
for.
He said that's what
That's what
she
you
is.
signed up for.
That's I can't say that. That's what they signed up for.
If you
What?
are saying that you will not work,
We're saying if she chooses to be a domestic engineer.
then what are you signing up for?
So read the definition.
If I gotta be at
there.
work at 5 o'clock, you up at 3, ma'am. When I leave and out the door, then you can go back to sleep and
Y'all
wake your
John
butt up
toxic.
at
Nah,
6,
bro. Nah,
right? At 6.
bro. We
instead
not
of-
doing that.
Y'all John
Why we ain't doing that?
Nah, we not doing that, bro. But I'm gonna read this definition. Then I'm finna get on you. We not doing that.
No,
So
I'm-
domestic engineers are stay-at-home parents or individuals appointed by families to perform various housekeeping tasks in private home settings.
Do you think that's a job?
I don't.
I mean, I don't either. I don't.
I think it's a job. And I think when you sign up for that job, oh, absolutely it is.
okay.
I'm gonna hit you like this.
Domestic engineer is a job.
Hold on.
Now, when you got kids, it is a job.
I'm finna hit
I done been at home with my 2 little rugrats, and I been wore out.
That don't mean it's a job. That's your responsibility.
It felt worse than a job.
That's your responsibility. Check this out.
We'll get it mixed
Check
up.
this
between
out.
Responsibility.
The reason I
and
say
jobs.
it's not a job is
Why?
every single person who's lived on their own have cooked, correct?
Absolutely.
They've cleaned, correct?
Absolutely.
No.
When they are single, we're not talking about them dirty folks. When they are single, When have you ever heard a single person say, "Man, cleaning up my house and cooking for myself is a job"?
If they never,
You're absolutely
was
right.
living by
But
themselves,
that's when they was doing
or
it
if
for
they never had a
themselves.
job.
Now they doing it for you and them rugrats. That's a job.
No, that's not a job, bro. That's a responsibility because you got married. It's a part of. It's a responsibility.
What if
Because
they
it's
never lived with somebody? What if they was never living by themselves?
Then you should have the ultimate training.
But they still should have cooked and cleaned their stuff.
They should
even
have.
if they didn't.
They should
even if
have.
they didn't
Where they
live.
should have.
Even if they
They
didn't
should
live
have.
by themselves.
But let me tell you something. I have no problem with a woman being a domestic engineer.
Okay.
I don't. But I think what women need to realize that it's levels till you can get to that.
What you mean?
Yeah.
If your man is not at the position right now to where he makes enough to get you the house you want, the car you want, and this like that, understand it's time for you to roll up your sleeves and work it another way.
Nah.
I believe
What
so.
you say no for?
No,
I
you
believe
can't.
so.
You can't.
Why you can't?
You can't.
I done told you to
He-
look
I know
up
why he
Proverbs
can't.
woman, bro.
Nah, I know why he can't, but
No. You don't know why I can't.
I done
But
told
listen,
you to look up
you can't
Proverbs
say
before
that.
you give us
woman.
why you don't can't, this is why I say ain't no such thing as you can't do your job. I heard you was trying to say that. What
It's
if
not
she
a
don't do her
job,
job?
though. It's a responsibility.
job.
No, it's not.
If it
Okay,
is a job,
Time out. If it is a job, what are you paying her?
I'm out here working for her
I was
lifestyle
gonna
and what
say
she
this.
want, her house and what she want. This is why I'm going to work to help get her the things that she want.
You need a house too.
Absolutely.
This is true.
You're absolutely
Don't say that
right.
you're getting a house for her.
It's getting spicy.
What are you paying her?
One.
You talking about that's her job. What are you paying her?
I'm not paying her like as far as like a check every 2 weeks.
Why not? She a domestic engineer. It's a job, remember?
Nah, it's different. You trying to play.
John,
He
if
trying.
she-
Nah, he
if
trying
it
to take
is
you
a
way
job,
over there.
who's
It's
the
a job.
boss?
I'm the boss.
Amen.
I'm the boss.
Y'all have to be stopped. Y'all see
Because my house better be clean to my standard. The food has to be cooked to my standard.
aggressive.
No, it's not aggressive. It's facts. I'm sick of people.
What if your wife come with you with that energy?
What you mean?
Yeah.
You're not making enough. We need more.
Shawty should have told me that before.
No.
Time out. No, because you don't get to change the contract before I say I do. I'm sorry. I don't play them games.
So then
I have discussions.
Marriage as a contractual
No,
thing.
it is contractual.
What I can do for
Didn't
you?
you sign some papers?
What I can do for you?
Didn't you sign some papers?
My marriage is not contractual.
Did we sign some papers?
Yeah, we signed
with
some
the
papers,
government.
But that's
Yeah,
law.
I
That's
did.
law. You got to do it by law. I wouldn't have signed it if
What is it called? A marriage license.
Right. But
All right. So what I'm gonna challenge y'all to do is before you sign that marriage license, is to have a discussion.
even if you don't have this discussion, we're not talking about before. We talking about right now.
Yeah.
You
Y'all already
right
married.
now.
Man, ain't no
Y'all
right-
already married.
You already married. If your wife challenges you, you not making enough. I want a bigger house. I want a better car.
She
I wanna
absolutely
put my-
right.
I want to put my
Me
kids
too.
in private school. I'm talking about stuff that you don't agree with.
Me too. I agree with it all because I want better for myself. But here's the thing though, we work to a common goal. The expectation of you seeing me not having the goal that we're trying to reach, and you just gonna sit back and point out all the things.
Push you?
She
You know how to go
can't.
get out of work.
There's a difference between pushing me and nagging me and throwing it in my face of what I don't have and what I don't have yet.
not saying what you
Now,
don't
a
have.
smart woman to me would be like, let's go work and get this goal so I can eventually go sit down. Oh, me go do it? I'm not that type of nigga. Now, if I said I'm just not that type of nigga. Like, you're not finna be like, oh, I want the 3-story. I'm not that type of nigga. I'm not. You got skills.
Wait, hold
I got
on, hold
skills.
on, hold
I
on.
got skills.
Huh?
I'm not that type of nigga yet. I haven't
what you
reached my
mean?
full position. I haven't reached my full potential.
To want those things?
No,
Or to
I
have
haven't
those
reached
things?
I don't have those things. I
Oh,
don't have.
yeah.
So I haven't reached
Okay.
my full potential yet. So to me, the logical thing was let's work some things until we get to
things to get there.
man, and then I'm gonna come home and you gonna tell me what you don't have done.
No.
No. What were you saying?
saying you work. Why does she have to help you with those things? Is what I'm saying.
If before I signed the contract, if you said I was signing this contract with the agreement that
you
I
got
was
a
gonna
point.
have X, Y, and
There
Z,
he has a point.
right then and there, I don't have
If
it
we
right
discuss-
now.
my thing
now,
is-
First of all, marriage license is not a contract.
man,
The
we're
way
not
that
gonna
you're
get off
making-
topic. We're not gonna let him get off
The way
topic.
that you're making it
So
seem,
what?
you act like
You
you're
right.
married. he act like on his marriage.
You right,
says,
Josh.
If my wife gonna stay home, she
Time
gotta
out.
cook, clean, and do all this. Bro,
Time
your
out.
marriage license don't say that.
Before I signed the marriage license, we have a conversation.
In agreement.
Too many people are not having the right conversations before they say
Agreed.
I do. And then when they get I do and they're hit with, now you got to do this, now you got to do this, they're upset.
I agree with that.
So what happens if you have that conversation? And after, when y'all got, before y'all got married, y'all had the conversation about who's doing what.
That's a breaching
you doing
contract.
what, and then it's
That's a breaching contract.
But okay, I agree.
I ain't
with
sign
you.
up
It's
for that.
breaching, let's go with his theory. I got you here.
I ain't sign up
what
for that.
What happens after you done signed the contract? Now y'all are married, and she breached the contract. Now what?
Well, Shawty needed to go do some evaluation because I said what I said in the beginning.
But it took both of y'all to get that.
And we had
Why
an
can't both of
agreement.
y'all have a
And if the
evaluation?
agreement was we're going to work, set up businesses, and do X, Y, and Z before you can stay at home.
And she's
then
a human, so she failed. She bumped her head. She scraped
what
her
if she-
knee.
You can't fail as a man. Hold on, man. These women she's smart.
I
Nah,
agree.
we're not doing that. What if she comes to the realization after she has her first child that, you know what, I think I want to stay home?
I'm gonna be like, does it make financial sense?
Yeah, because you should be able to provide for the family.
What I should be able to do, what I want to do, and what I am doing currently right now. Those are three different things.
And this goes back to my point about leadership.
Well, how about this? Don't nobody get married until they husbands make $250,000.
Nobody said you have to make $250,000.
Yeah.
But y'all make it seem like there's a price point or there's a certain type of lifestyle we gotta afford before we can say I do.
No, we just saying.
making it-
Yeah,
No.
we just saying.
Oh,
John,
really?
we just saying after you get married.
Okay, maybe I'm the only one.
Yeah, because we're saying after we get married, there's a different, and somebody is not holding up their end of the bar. There's a different conversation. There's not. You got to do. There's a different conversation that needs to be had.
Yeah, bro.
Ain't no different conversation. What we discussed before
Nah, bro, you can't just say whatever happened at the wedding, that's it. There ain't no discussion about no new roles. Ain't no discussion about.
Things
Can
happen,
you switch
bro.
up?
Things happen.
Can I switch up?
Yeah.
Yes, but
Yes,
I
I
would feel
can.
away.
So why
But you are the
but she can
man.
switch up.
What you mean switch up?
She could switch up and say, "Hey, I don't feel like."
we talking about two different switch ups.
She could switch up.
Maybe we talking about two different
She could
switch ups.
switch up and say, "I don't want to work anymore," and you're gonna have to figure it out.
Yes,
She can
But
do
but
that?
It can be a conversation though.
Right.
Nah, she gonna do it anyway. She already quit her job. She ain't tell you. It's 2
Yeah,
weeks
remember,
later.
No, we're not doing that. You
Compromise is
can't.
trash,
You ain't tell me.
Look,
but
compromise is
can.
trash. Don't worry about it.
But you can come to me and tell me like, hey,
Yeah, compromise is trash.
but you
And
can
also
come.
say what I ain't doing, what I ain't
But you
doing.
can come to me and tell me like, hey, we have a kid now. Yeah, when we got married, I said I would work, but now I want to take care of this child. I want to be a domestic engineer, as y'all are saying. Like that has to be able to be a conversation, not well. When we got married, you said you was gonna work. So
I know that sounds outlandish, but what I'm saying is stick to the plan.
plans change, bro.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah,
say that, bro, because plans change all the time.
Things are gonna happen, bro.
So I can't stop working and go be a rapper.
You can,
You can.
as long as you are providing.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
for sure.
As long as you are providing, sir. As long as them lights don't get cut off.
Then why? And then,
As long as the water don't get cut off.
but the big talk is every woman want. That's what every woman wants. Every woman
What?
wants to be able to stay at home and not do anything.
Who said that?
It's the majority.
And rightfully so. I want to stay home
Yeah,
too.
I'm about to say. I want to. It's not just women.
but I got to go to work.
It's not just women.
You just said who's saying that? Majority of women. That's what majority of women want a man to be able to afford their
Nah.
type of lifestyle.
That's cap because you
don't
said
think so.
women like enjoying the money and like making money.
No. I said in a previous conversation, when I'm choosing a mate, I choose a mate based on certain things. Now, let's be honest. We pay it. You guys live in society. You guys listen to social.
Right. You guys.
You guys live in society.
You want to just speed past
You
that.
guys live in
We
society.
gonna wrap it up, but go ahead.
Right? You guys have been listening to what women are saying that they want and what they want to do. Am I right or am I wrong? You guys will agree that sometimes the things that women expect from men are outlandish. Am I right or am I wrong?
Okay.
It's not saying that we are never going to ever get there, but as of right now, am I there?
No.
All right. So you would think it is outlandish for your woman to expect for her to just all of a sudden, if you guys come up with a plan to get to that point, to be like, you know what, scratch that plan. I like how the baby, how I'm spending time with the baby. I just want to stay at home. But what about the plan, baby?
But this is why I am of the belief, regardless of who makes the most money, if both of y'all work, you should live off of your income. Why? Because if the plan does change, I can still hold us down.
Absolutely.
But you know what? What if your income is not enough?
Then that's a different conversation. Which is why I said we should go based off
what would
of
be enough?
what I can provide.
You know what would be enough?
Here you go.
Both of them.
If we both grind and work and until we got to that point to where you could stay at home. That would be enough.
I'm going to do 2 quick questions before we get out of here. If your wife your wife works right now.
Absolutely.
And you help her around the house, right?
Absolutely.
If she was a domestic engineer, would you help her around the house?
Yes, I still would help, but majority of the bulk of the help would be from her because she's a domestic engineer and her job is everything, all things in the home.
Interesting.
No, and the only reason is because I'm gonna be real quick. I enjoy doing certain things.
All right.
I enjoy turning the vacuum on. I enjoy putting clothes inside the washer. Like, I'm an old school nigga. I've always wanted to be the one playing the music while I clean up. That's just me.
The temptation, what you be?
Absolutely.
I think that's Caribbean stuff.
I play Buju early in the morning. Saturday, I don't know what it's not like to wake up everybody early in the morning in the house and start cleaning.
That's just Caribbean.
That's a Caribbean thing.
Oh, okay.
Second question.
Second question?
No, that was the two. That was the two in one. That was the 2 in 1.
Nah, I'm not gonna reduce her to just a cleaner.
It sounded like you was because you said if you a
if she
domestic
choose to be a
engineer,
domestic engineer, baby, that's what you gonna do.
So, I got you. You, sir, if your wife actually was working, would you take less of a role and start helping around in the house more?
I mean, I already help around the house.
That's not what I asked
That's
you.
not what I asked you.
That's not what I asked you.
That's not
What
what I
you
asked
That's what I asked you. Would you help out in the house more if your wife was out there getting money?
Yeah. Because she's helping me do something that I feel I should be doing by myself.
So you're going to help her?
This nigga here, bro.
Yes, because you are taking yourself out of your element of being a housewife or a domestic engineer to come assist me in our plan to have a family. So the least that I could do is help you when we get back to the crib.
Do you help her now?
Yes.
You are an outstanding man. Come give me a high five, bro.
Cap.
Why you hating, bro?
False.
Accusations.
For sure. That's false accusations.
That's not false accusations.
It's all good. I'll do the same, bro.
No, for sure.
Do you clean up at home?
Clean.
Nope.
Define clean.
See, no.
You
The
want, I
answer
heard
is
you
no.
won't wash dishes.
I'm just joking.
The answer is
Would
no.
you ever wash dishes?
So there's certain things in my house that I don't want to do, and me and my wife has had the discussion.
So what if your wife went to work? Would you do them?
She's not
For
going
sure.
to work, bro.
Yeah, don't say that. My wife for sure. My wife works now.
She would not
I feel
go
like
to work.
I feel
bro.
like you cap.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Say capping on what?
If your wife went to work, that you would do those things that you say you're not gonna do.
Bro, I did them before her. Nobody was washing. My mama wasn't washing my clothes. My mama wasn't cooking for me. My mama stopped cooking for us.
When we was about 6 or 7, bro.
Bruh,
I mean,
I
I
was
get
doing those
that.
things by myself.
So why you not doing them now? Is my question.
Because she is a domestic engineer.
And that's what she signed up
And
to do.
granted, I still ask my wife now.
I can't get with that. bro.
I motivate my wife to clean now. You know why? Because I go home and I pick up the vacuum. She see me vacuuming. Guess what? That is telltale sign.
Hell
It's
no,
time for
I
you
ain't
to
doing
start
it.
cleaning too.
I ain't picking up nothing.
Nah, I don't mind vacuuming. I
ain't
actually like
picking up
vacuuming.
nothing.
My boy Big Cap, as
I
y'all
like
can see.
vacuuming.
If
I
you
don't know
are
why.
a domestic engineer, bro,
But you just said that you would help your
I shouldn't
wife.
have to. I'm gonna help you.
I
I'm
want
gonna help
to
you
vacuum,
because there's
though.
certain things I like. But if
I
you're a
want to
domestic
vacuum,
engineer,
though.
We not doing
I
that.
shouldn't have to remind you or hype you up to do your job. You're getting fired.
That's
There's
not-
something better
She
else you
hypes
can do.
up. That's
No,
big false. Hold
shout
on.
it.
We're not gonna leave out on that note.
Shout it.
We're not gonna. Don't
Shout
she
it.
motivate you? Don't she encourage you and give you joy to go
Get
out there
him.
to the work?
Talk to
work
him.
field?
Get
You
him.
should do the same.
Get
What you
him.
mean?
Get them.
You should do the same.
Get
What you
them.
But
talking
her
about?
job-
Everybody need motivation.
You know what's crazy?
Because ain't you the boss?
You know what's crazy? Time out. You know what's crazy? She could be sitting on the couch all day, and that vacuum can be right there. Why I gotta motivate you to go 5 feet? Motivating me to go out into the elements or doing something else is totally different between you going 5 feet, grabbing that vacuum,
That's cap. You
plugging
can't
it
say
in,
that because you said it's a job. Regardless of if it's 5 feet or not, you can't say that, bro.
But then you say you don't think it's a job?
I don't, but you do.
Well,
so.
you changed my mind. I'm on your side. It ain't no job. It ain't no job. Nah, this is just what we gonna do.
And I don't want to put my wife that. I don't like vacuuming.
No. I don't want to put it out there
I like vacuuming.
like it's not a lot of work to do that.
You already did, bro. Don't try to clean it up.
But don't claim. But don't
It's
claim.
too late. It
Don't
ain't a
claim it's a job. It's not. Don't claim
Facts.
it's. Don't claim it's a job. It's a responsibility, and it's a lot of work, and it should be, up there with like workload.
Yep.
But it's not a job. It's a responsibility. When you got married and you said that you wanted to have
really is a
kids,
responsibility.
you knew that this was some of the responsibility that would be gave on you. Now, if you said you didn't want that responsibility, then tell me you don't want to have kids, and then that's a different discussion.
And if my wife would have told me she ain't want to work from the jump, we wouldn't be 5 years in, my guy.
You right. And on
keep
that
it a
note,
buck.
None of this dictates your manhood, though, so it's all good.
that's false. But yeah. All right, man. Hey, first episode, season 2. First episode.
Which camera is mine?
On the cameras. That one over there is
That
your
one right
camera. This dude here. But nah, we appreciate y'all for tuning in, listening. As y'all know, we are now on YouTube.
We are?
So y'all run them numbers up. Tell your aunties, your friends, your
We on
baby,
YouTube?
your baby daddy, all them.
We on YouTube like for real, for real?
We on everything. Yeah, we on YouTube. We got the videos rolling. You know what I'm saying? So again, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to Manhood, the first episode of season 2, and we look forward to y'all's feedback. Until next time, we out.